Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Xiphias here giving you another game of Starbow. It's been a while, but so I thought I'd do one, but there's another reason I wanted to do one as well. And I'm actually going to be a little bit narcissistic today, and I'm going to cast a game of myself right here. That's me, Xiphias, and I'm going to be playing Zerg versus another Zerg player down here, and his name is Doa, and he's one of the Starbow developers. And I'm just going to really quickly, because I forgot to do this. There we go. Please forgive me. Alright. This is played on the Starbow Testmap, where we made a couple of changes compared to the live version. And I don't want to show this game because it has a very high skill level, because it really doesn't. But I wanted to show this game just to show what some of these changes that we're potentially going to do actually does to the game. And we're quite excited about some of these changes. And I feel this game kind of illustrates the potential that is out there. So the changes we've actually done to this game is that we have... sorry, let me just fix one more thing real quick. We have... Well, the main two differences, one of them is being the Eruptor. Now, the Eruptor shoots air very much the same way it does on live, where it shoots out these volleys of missiles in the air that does splash damage. And that doesn't hit moving targets very well. They hit moving targets a little bit better here, and they're a little bit more reliable. But they also have a little bit longer cooldown on their weapons, so when they're not shooting, you can kind of swoop in and try and snipe before you have to swoop back out again if you got a muted group, for example. Also, splitting mutalisks is a lot easier now with Legacy of the Void changes, so that warrants a small buff in the reliability of the Eruptors. Now, the important change is the ground attack of the Eruptors. On the live version of Starbow, the Eruptor kind of shoots like a roach-ish with longer range. But here it actually shoots more like a very weak Hellion, very narrow flame. So that makes the Eruptor good versus both Mutalisks and Zerglings, which means that you can actually effectively hold off a Muta-Zergling player with Eruptors. But that also makes them very weak to units such as Hydralisks and Lurkers. So you kind of get, Mutalisk counters Hydras in a way, but then Eruptors counter Mutalisks, and then Hydras counter Eruptors. And then you can splash in Lurkers for zone control and just really shredding Zerglings. Because Eruptors do kill Zerglings to a certain extent, but Lurkers are still much better at it. So we're going to have both me and Doa going for the fairly quick expansion. I think we had a little bit different. Yeah, I went for earlier than his. And the other change, sorry, I forgot to mention, the other change is the workers. I don't know how well the workers are exactly on this version. We've been working on those a lot lately. But overall, the workers shoot, they have more range. The drones and the probes have more range, and the SAVs have more attack speed, similar to how it was in Brood War. And you also have a moving shot, a very slight moving shot on the workers, which makes it easier for workers in general to defend early rushes. And all of this, of course, is an effort, especially for ZvZ, to not be all about Zerglings. Well, it's still all about Zerglings for a long time, but it isn't. The Zerglings, early Zerglings, isn't going to end the game in just straight up build order wins and losses. Hopefully, I'm trying to hold my choke here. We should probably try and go for some drone kills instead, as I can bring my Queen in here and do a lot of damage. So the Queen, which is already a change on the live version, plus this drone change should stabilize the early game a little bit more, and the Eruptor changes should make it possible for ZvZ to be about other tech paths than just Mutalisks. Mutalisks are still good because they do provide a lot of map control versus a player who goes for Eruptor, for example. Oh, another really big and important change is the movement speed of the Eruptor, which is better than it is on live. So that gives... It's still not as good as Mutalisks, of course, or any really, really fast units. So you still have less map control, but you're not stuck in your base as much as you used to be. So now I'm going to counterattack with some Zerglings here. So we're not like... We didn't want to cheat and just go super eco and go straight to Eruptor Mutatech. But what I do have, I have some free scouting here, so I've seen his lair. And I haven't seen a Spire yet, and he hasn't made a Spire yet. But I have a lot of Zerglings, so he doesn't want to make a Spire. He wants to stay safe with his Zerglings. But I think he could squeeze a Spire in about now, though. He's making... Yeah, that's my lair. He's making Spine Crawler. So I'm getting my lair. That's way later than his. So he's not using his tech advantage. Well, now he is. I think he could have done that earlier. Can I do this? Yeah, good, because I'm red up. Okay, yeah, that was much much better because it matched the map. Alright, so I'm overextending with my Zerglings a little bit, pulling back here. So he's got his Zerglings. And of course at this stage it's still all about the Zerglings, but it isn't all about dying instantly, which I like. But we don't mind the Zergling early game. We just dislike the fact that if you go for like a 12 hatch and your opponent goes for a 10 pull, you might not be able to hold it. And like at all, like we don't mind that it's going to be clutch and that you're going to be at a disadvantage at certain points in the game, but a straight up build order loss in mirror matches is always not good. And of course this is just us playing. You know, when we have better players, things may be very different. So he's going for a quick spire. I've spotted it with my Overlord, so I'm throwing down a Viper Sense, and I think I have some pretty good timing on this because this is going to complete a little bit, no, it's going to be right about this, a little bit after the spire, but then my Raptors are going to be done before his Mutalisks get over here, so that should be quite good. I just need to make sure I have supply and resources to make that. But I do throw down an Evolution Chamber just in case, and also to make a nice wall off here in case he goes for a surge of Zerglings, but it doesn't, he goes for a surge of Mutalisks. And we're finally going to take out, yeah, and here comes my Eruptors. Actually get the same amount of Eruptors as Mutalisks, which is... See, that's another thing with this new kind of Hellion attack on the ground on the Eruptor is that, like, this would be a misplay on live, because I wouldn't need this many Eruptors. But getting extra Eruptors, since they actually do a decent ground AoE, especially versus Zerglings... Oh, I'm going to lose the Queen here, that's so bad. But that's actually, like, not the end of the world. Oh, here they come. Now they can actually see. Now they can actually help versus these Zerglings. Look at that. They do their little flame attack. But they're actually, see, they're able to escape. So you can retreat from it without taking too much damage. And now here comes the Mutalisk. And oh, unfortunately, he doesn't actually see the Mutalisk there. Can I? Oh, how do I back up? Because we kind of missed that. Because now these Eruptors seemed way more effective than they actually are. But he wasn't actually paying attention to his Mutalisk right there. And when you just don't pay attention to anything, that goes horribly wrong. Yeah, like you can see, they're not actually that incredibly good. That was 6 Eruptors, and it still took a while to kill a Overlord. Now we have a lot of wind. Here's my Zerglings. Gonna try and catch his Zerglings up there. I don't want to like... Yeah, whatever. Is it B for back? Oh, it is. It's B for back. Let me rewind a couple of times there. I wanna show that because this is part of this. This isn't really casting. This is more showcasing stuff. So okay, I think we're back here now. No, hang on, Mutalisks, unit tab. No, we need to go further back. Yeah, there we go. Oh, one more. There we got it. Okay. So let's have a look at this. So here comes the Mutalisks. Yes, here they come. And he wasn't paying attention to them because he was microing the Zerglings. So they're just sitting right there now. So that, first of all, it doesn't do that much, but now they're just standing still and they take a ton of damage if you're not moving away from them. Look at that. Ooh, that was very punishing. Alright, just wanted to show that so we can increase, oh, that's a graphic glitch there. So we can increase speed, go back here again. Alright, that was slightly unprofessional by me, but whatever. Okay, so he's gonna mix in Hydras now to deal with the Eruptors, but he doesn't have speed on the Hydras, which doesn't make him that good versus the Eruptors. I have a really strong push coming in here now, but he has a Spine Crawl, and that's really important because the Eruptors their flame attack is really bad versus Spine Crawls. The damage is, where is it? It's 20. So they can two-shot Zerglings. But it actually, well, it is 20, but that's the truth in modifications because they have splash zones. It's only 20 really close to the flame. It's 10 damage further out, and then there's only 5 damage at the tip there. So, yeah, he's actually gonna hold this off. I'm gonna roast that Hydra though. I want to go much closer. See that? He only took 10 damage. I want to go really close and then attack because they actually have 2 range. So there's a lot of micro to these Eruptors. Well, there's some micro to these Eruptors where you actually want to move closer to the unit you're attacking before attacking if you can. Some units, like Zerglings, will always move close to you anyway, so that doesn't matter. But like Hydralisks, you want to actually get in their face before attacking if you are able to do that. And I'm going to lose my Overlord. What's that? Oh, but I'm going to see Zerglings are pretty good versus slow Hydras, so I'm going to try and pick one off here, and I get one, and now I should just move back, I think. Oh, nice little Lurker. That's a nice little Lurker trick. So he has Lurkers. I see Lurkers. So I got to do something because... I have nothing to kill Lurkers. Like, I can defend. Like, yeah, I'm going to reposition my Spine Crawler. I'm probably going to move my Overlord over. But I can't really... I don't really have any tech to deal with Lurkers. I need, like, Hydras or something to break out with that. But I am making my own Spire. So I got that going. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to... Oh, oops. Oops. No, hang on. There we go. Sorry. My keyboard is messed up. Alright. What a messy cast. So, he's getting a third hatchery, which I think, yeah, I'm getting that as well. Both been floating money for a little bit at certain points and noticing that we need that extra larva sometimes. Still on 2 bases versus 2 base, but look, just, oh, there's a lot of graphical errors here now, but just look how interesting this is. Let's just pause the game for a second. So we have Zerglings, Eruptors. I'm getting Mutalisks of my own. He has Lurkers, Zerglings, Hydralisks. Like, look at how much more of the tech tree is being used just because we added this unit. Sure, we're not going Muta versus Muta, which some diehard Brood War fans might say it's like the coolest part of ZvZ, and I'm sad I'm not seeing all that cool Muta macro. But the problem with that is that in the SC2 engine, the Muta macro doesn't really become the same anyway. Can I see his... Yeah, I can see his Lurkers. I just can't really kill them because I don't have anything to kill them with. And man, these graphics is all over the place. Oh, well, just gonna... Oh, yeah, everything turned black all of a sudden. Oh. Okay. Oh. I'm trying to fix it, but it's just getting worse and worse. Wow, this is so weird. Alright, so I'm getting Mutas now. So I'm going to use my Mutas to chase away his Lurkers because he doesn't have any Hydras, because he morphed them all up. This is a straight, like, tech counter, so he's just going to have to retreat. And he's going to have to make more Hydralisks, maybe make his own Eruptors, or add it on some Mutas of his own. He's making more Hydras. He's adding on a Viper's Nest to maybe get some Eruptors. There is the upgrade to increase the range of the air attack, and I forgot to get that. That would have been very useful. But most of my Eruptor usage has actually been using the ground attack, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna try and see. I'm retaking map control now. I should probably take an expansion right now because I'm dominating the map right now with this Mutalisks. It's not gonna last for long because he can get a critical amount of Hydralisks really quickly because he's already on 2 bases with a good economy. So I'm just trying to get as much damage in as I can while I'm retaining map control. And I have my group of Zerglings and Eruptors out here in case he tries to like run by with Zerglings or something to ignore the Mutalisks or force them back. But there are a ton of Lurkers here, and I kind of forgot about that, so I'm trying to move in there, and I'm like, oh no, Lurker spines, we don't want to go there. So he can feel safe versus ground, which I like, but he can't feel safe versus air until he gets to do it. Now he's making his own Eruptors. He's not getting that upgrade as well. I still have my Overlord there, that's hilarious. Where's his... Oh, there it is, there's his Viper's Nest. And he's actually sneaking in a third. Very nice. I should have spotted that. I could have easily picked that off. I got a lot of Mutas that are just idle. Had I been a better player, they would have moved on. Okay, there we go. Now I'm checking his bases. I find it. I don't know if I actually noticed it though. Oh, gonna get the queen. Oh, here's an Eruptor. I'm gonna try and get the Eruptor before the Eruptor does too much damage, but it's already like taken about 30% of the health of all these Mutalisks down. So I gotta be really careful around those things. Oh, and there's a ton of Hydras. They're still slow. He really needs to get these upgrades on the Hydralisks. I'm bringing the Overlord with me so I can, you know, detect Lurkers, but I gotta be really careful not to lose it to Hydralisks. Meanwhile, I'm killing his hatch with 1 Zergling. I don't even know if I remember this happened. No, I think I completely ignored this. Anyway, he's gonna move out with his own Eruptors and Hydras now, and Hydra Eruptor is gonna beat a Eruptor Mutalisk any day, so I'm gonna have to head back. He's gonna pick off my Overlord. He still doesn't have the upgrades for the Hydralisks. They're still slow Hydras. So he only has Zerglings now at the front, so I'm going to try and abuse that with my Eruptors, but he turns back again. So we're going to have a little bit of a clash here in the middle, perhaps. I'm trying to get my own third base up. He sees it with his Overlord. He has killed off the Zergling, and I just completely ignore this base, which is horrible of me. So yeah, again, not the highest level of gameplay, but it kind of shows like what kind of tech choices you have to think about and go for. So these slow Hydras are going to get caught up a little bit here. Oh, every time you... Oh, there's a graphical bug with the Eruptors shooting, I think. Sometimes they shoot like black flames. Oh, and then I walk on a minefield with the Lurkers here. Oh, I lose so many units. I didn't think I saw the Lurkers. I was just missing microing my Mutalisks trying to kill up the Eruptors, and oh, that's a horrible loss for me, and it's back in his favor again. I do get this base up, but I haven't saturated it yet. It's the APM of these wonderful players. Look at that APM, it's insane. Alright, so we have... Oh! No. Oh, he's just killing off my Overlords with these Eruptors. Almost. Oh, did I save both of them? No! Arr. Well, I do save them for now, but he's gonna just swing up here and kill this. But I am... No, I'm not ahead in supplies. And this is gonna be really hard to hold. He has Lurkers and Eruptors, which are like 2 siege units right now. So that's really hard to deal with, especially when he has control of this ramp. so I can't really push up there with Hydro Lurker myself. So I'm just going to try and go for counterattack here if I remember correctly. He's just going to kill this base instead of sacrifice it. Yeah, I might as well just kill this base because I should have killed this a long time ago, to be honest. So here we go. This base is going to go down. I don't burn my lurkers. I could have killed his workers. It rhymes. So now I have to make sure I can defend versus this. I have 3 lurkers there and 3. Yeah, I should be able to defend versus this if he tries to push in. Eruptors are incredibly bad versus lurkers and spine crawlers. Oh, and they're almost in range. But now I get, and I get my lurkers bird on top of his units there. That's actually really nice. He has enough overlords there, but he doesn't have the overlord speed, which is a really important upgrade in ZvZ now. With these changes. He's gonna burrow his own lurker here, but it is... Oh, it's passive. Why did you put it on passive? That's really bad. So he's gonna bring back some of his own units here, but I have my Hydras to flank it. And he's in a lot of trouble right now because I've besieged him with lurkers in his base. And GG, I take the game. But again, this wasn't really about high-level player who was winning, but it was just showcasing how much more of the Zerg tech tree that can be unlocked and used with these changes. Another couple of things I want to mention. I've played some other ZvZs where we've been using Vipers, since you already get the Viper's Nest for the Eruptor, and it seems really good to use in Snare on enemy units, as well as the Spawn Parasite for harassment, which is kind of cool, because it gives you another tool for harassment, which is a little bit more safe versus the Eruptor, because you just swing in one Viper and swing it out again, instead of swinging in a group of mutants that you might lose. And then, of course, we could have continued this game, gone to Hive Tech, and then Defilers are super important, as well as Ultralisks. So, hopefully these changes will be coming out soon, and it will be good for the ZvZ meta. Like I said earlier, I know some really diehard fans like the ZvZ and Brood War, but as the development team in Starbow, we feel that ZvZ and Brood was one of the weakest parts of Brood War game design, and we really want to make sure that more of the tech tree is viable in ZvZ. So, thanks for watching. See you guys later.